Welcome back, Budget Besties. This is Danielle, and we are going to work on what our budget plan for the week looks like. So I tend to do this on Wednesdays or Thursdays. My husband's paycheck doesn't get put into the bank until Saturday, but I like to have a plan before that. And I pretty much have his pay kind of pinned down. If you remember from last week, we are still dealing with a $482 shortage from his paycheck because of us having to pay back our health insurance deductible that wasn't deducted for 8 weeks. So we decided, instead of doing it in like every single week, to do 2 weeks of a large lump sum. So it was almost $1,000. Of this $1,496, $400 of that is from our emergency fund. So we did have to go ahead and pull it because I did not know that this situation was going to come up. Had I known like the prior week, I would have probably not made a huge payment to our credit card so that we could have planned better for our house payment, but it's all good. We'll just pay back our emergency fund next week or the following week. So $550 will be going to our house payment, $285 for insurance, $240 will be pulling out in cash. City card will pay $210, which I actually already paid that. This $30 for Apple, that's like a TV subscription and like extra storage. So I reduced it because we were paying for one more thing that I didn't even know we were paying for. So that probably is going to be a little bit over. It should be about $12, not $30. And then our cell phone bills. So what we do every week is we do our projected amounts and then how much we have to save in our account to pay these bills that can't be paid on a credit card. So of this, we have to keep $1,474 in our checking account to pay these bills. This is not our full house payment. That's just from this week's what our house payment money we're using for that. And you might ask, why did we still pull cash if we took $400 from our savings? And I really debated back and forth about doing that, but I felt like for this week, because we're going to go ahead and refund that account next week or the following week, that it would be okay. So I still wanted to put some money in our sinking funds because we have a few things coming up. So this is our send it amount. That's how much we're going to send to the credit card that we're working on right now. Normally would be like a large amount, and then we would take out these things that we would spend on and then what we have left. But this week we just don't have that. So if you have watched any of my videos, we are working on having like a no spend May to some degree. We're going to do 2 weeks starting the 10th and go 2 weeks with no spending. And we are trying to do $100 in groceries for the entire month. So we'll see what happens with that, but I'll be doing a video at the end of May that shows what groceries we bought every single week and how we ended up doing. So we are only going to pay $22 towards our Capital One card this month. I'm not discouraged by that. It is what it is. If this Apple number comes in lower like I'm expecting it to, then it might be a little bit more. I mean, that's not even like a full balloon on my coloring chart, so that's kind of a bummer. But so I did this last night just because I wanted to see where we were at. So we're gonna have $240 in cash. We're gonna put $10 in animals because I need to get some stuff. Dental, $10. We have dentist appointments in July that we pay out of pocket for. Coffee beans, $10 for our subscription of green coffee beans that my husband roasts. Car repairs, we're gonna put $5. Registration, $5. Mom and dad clothing, $5. Kids activities, $5. Kids clothing, $5. I'm noticing that my kids need swim trunks. They've all kind of grown out of kind of some of the stuff that we need for summer. Birthdays, $25. We have 3 birthdays in the month of July that are 2 days apart. So we are trying to get that filled, which I think I think this will be at $100 for this week. So we're a third of the way there. Graduation supplies. My son is graduating over the summer. So appliances, 5, school supplies, 10. We homeschool, so just trying to make sure I have the money. I'm always looking for deals on used curriculum. We use the Abeka program, but I've realized after this is our 6th year of homeschooling that sometimes it's just worth to buy the consumables for each child. I used to just make copies because we have 2 kids that are twins that are in the same grade. And so I used to just sit there and spend all Sunday just making copies, and that's not worth it to me. I just would much rather buy the consumable books and then get their own book. So I'm looking out for Abeka 4th grade. If anybody's got leftover curriculum that wants to share, let me know. Adverse conditions, 5, mini emergency, 5, holiday, 5. And then I went ahead and planned out our cash stash. So for our cash stash, we are going to color in this 7 and this 7. I went a little bit bigger this week. Our cash stash 2 is $20. So this is gonna, I really would like to make that 30. So I might see if we can't cut something out and give that, because I love having full rows. If there's one thing you'll learn about me when I do this, it's round numbers and full rows. So I'm hoping my husband's paycheck comes in a little bit higher than what I planned on, and we can get that 3rd credit card for this week, so that would be 30. Dollar challenge is going to be 2. Again, that's kind of depends on what's left over. $500 challenge, I'm going a little bit lighter. Planned 6. 52-week savings a 3. Christmas savings, I think my lowest number was a 13. And then my I Love the 90s savings challenge, I peeled off 1 and it was a 7. So, and then our wallets are going to get 60. So I will figure out the denominations on this and then write it on a sticky note and put it in my wallet, so when I go to the bank, I can get what I need for our cash envelopes. So just to remind you guys, this is what we are working on. We are working on paying off this credit card. That's at $9,875. That's what we started at. We were able to get it under, we made an $875 payment to it this month. Obviously with our insurance, last month with our interest, it's back over that $9,000. So our goal is to pay almost another $1,000 is my hope, $1,000 to this card at the end of May. We are just trying to be super aggressive with paying them down with the goal of being completely debt-free by this time next year. So this is we have one more card that's a higher balance than this one, but this one, the interest is killing us on. So I know that that's not like the snowball method. We've done the snowball method before, so I wanted to try it this way and see if we could make more progress faster and see what happens. I'm not opposed to changing plans if I'm getting discouraged because it's not moving fast enough. I feel like we live in an instant gratification society, so sometimes I get caught up in that. So also in I love Happy Planner supplies, and they just came out with a new sticker bundle that is Saved by the Bell, and I love that show. I still watch it with my kids, so I was gonna look through here and see if I had enough money to buy it. Normally I put money in my hobbies, but I didn't put any money in there last week, but I might just borrow. So snacks has 10, treat yourself has 10, so that's 20. And I think I saw eating out has 10. So I do have enough money to buy just the sticker book if I wanted to. I'm gonna make myself wait 48 hours before I purchase it, and then decide what to do. That's kind of what I'm working on. It's not just buying something just because I see it and I want it, but we are going to write that down in my little journal space here. That today's date is the 7th. This says, what positive habits have you adopted during your financial journey? I do think delayed gratification is definitely one. like, you guys know that I'm trying to save for an iPad, and the more I think about it, it's like, why? What? I have an iPad that works great, but because I didn't just go, oh, I want that, well, I got it. It's really making me think, do I really actually need it? So I think this is a big one. How can you continue to hold yourself accountable for this habit? The 48-hour rule. If I still want it in 48 hours, then I'll consider a plan if I have the cash for it. And then I also think a 2 times saving. So say I want these stickers that I want, I think shipped, they would be like probably $35, right? So I would need to save up $70, and then I could buy that. 2 times the amount, and then buy it. Because then it puts a little resistance between it. I think also it's really hard when we just are used to, we just hit that buy now button. We get in our cart and we just buy it. So this builds some resistance. So I'm gonna write my daily gratitudes real quick. I am thankful for every single person that's following this and has subscribed. We're small, we're growing, but I don't really know what I'm doing for the most part, but I'm just thankful that you guys show up every week and you watch my videos, and it just means a lot to me, because a lot of times I'm like, nobody cares what we're doing, but it helps me stay motivated to post it. I know that this journey is going to be harder than the last time we did it, because the last time we got out of debt, we paid off like $35,000 in, I think it was like 6 or 7 months, but we had a lot of large ticket items that we were able to sell. I mean, when Dave Ramsey says like sell everything in the house so that the kids think they're next, that's what we were doing. Here, we don't have that kind of stuff because we sold so much of our stuff when we moved to Michigan. We just don't have the large items. There's a few things laying around that we've talked about selling. And that's how we were able to make so much progress the last time. And so sometimes I get a little discouraged. So by posting this and being real with you guys, it helps me stay accountable to what we're doing. So I am super grateful for every single one of you. When you like and subscribe and follow along. Lessons learned. Let's see. It's okay to not be perfect. I think that's an important one to remember, that it's okay that not every budget is going to go as planned, and that we don't live in that, it must be perfect every single time. So I'm just going to add a little bit of color to this. Here, I got these cute highlighters that really are erasable, and I just think they add a little pop of color. So just do a little doodly-doo. So if you guys see my plan with me and you see my Saved by the Bell stickers, you'll know that I either else waited 48 hours for it, or should I do it and save 2 times the amount that I need to? I mean, I give myself spending money every week, but it is much easier to just be in that habit of throwing it on a credit card, and that is what we were trying to break, right? Also, in this book I have a no spending, because I track like our expenses every single week in here, and then there's also this one that was no spend that I need to update. So I did get to go out to eat yesterday with some friends of ours that came up, but it was they treated me to eating, so I was super grateful. I had the money to pay for it, but they offered to buy me lunch. So And then today, restaurant food. We don't tend to eat out. We, in the summertime, will eat out more than what we probably should. So far, I get to color in the same for hobbies. I haven't spent any money on stickers or planners or anything like that. So that's kind of the hobby I'm in right now. I do have kind of a craft problem, so we'll see. I mean, 7 days, that's pretty good, right? 1 week. Pretty good. So we'll just keep working on filling that in. All right, guys, thanks for following along on my budget with me video. And I hope that this inspires you guys to make small changes and you know, if there's something you're trying to work through in your own finances, that you have the faith and courage to stand up and fix the spending habits that we have. So I'm grateful for each and every single one of you.